Hey guys, welcome back to another review. We're going to be talking about this guy right here, the Headmaster Autobot Brainstorm. This is a Walmart exclusive, and yeah, you might notice I have three others here in front. And let me explain what's going on here. First of all, let's take a look at this box here first. And yeah, so they have, it's pretty much classic kind of packaging. And no, this has not been open. I'm going to open this up right here on camera. So a little different emphasis this time. Little different way of doing this. So you see, it says Autobot Arcana Headmaster, and then you got the art. Looks very, yeah, it looks very much like the classic packaging that you might see. I'm going to turn this on the side, turn it like this. Here we go, Autobot Brainstorm, and then there is the what's that? Fortress Maximus. This is like that artwork that they had. You see all the little headmasters and things like that, and Scorponok in the bottom. This is the same artwork that was on the original headmasters in the box. However, yeah, the tech specs they kind of look like this, but they didn't have these let's say abbreviated kind of things for strength. Was this intelligence, speed, and is that firepower? I don't know what that is, man. So anyway, and then you have it in your different languages here. Very cool stuff. Very kind of classic looking. I like this. This is very nice. On the bottom, it's just kind of, you know, that stuff. So let me show you what it is that we're dealing with, at least here. Let me show you what these are. So these are exactly the same molds. This here on the left is okay, so these are okay, so I would say these two are technically Hasbro releases. This is the Takara Tomy release from Japan. So we have here, this is actually a Comic-Con exclusive that I picked up, and it was a 2-pack. And then this is a Walgreens exclusive. And then I don't know if they even had this in it's you know, after that you could find that in other stores besides Walgreens. Was it Walgreens? Did I say Walmart? Yeah. Anyway, Walgreens exclusive, and then this is a Comic-Con exclusive. And I've got this here. This was the Comic-Con exclusive Titans Return. This is actually, I was able to pull out the instructions on this. So we have you know, I just wanted to kind of show you what this looked like, and then they crammed all of the instructions here. So, and then they called it, if you look here, Autobot Tesla and Brainstorm. So kind of interesting there. I can't say I remember what all of those are. And by the way, it also came with Sentinel Prime, and it also came with Windblade. Which I also have those, and maybe one day I'll go through those. But the Sentinel Prime was done kind of in a transparent kind of orange plastic, and then Windblade was actually in her gray colors instead of the red colors. So this is pretty cool stuff, but I thought I would bring it out for comparison. You have, and of course this here, this is the Transformers Legends from the Takara Tomy release, and you can see they painted it so that it would match more of the Transformers Headmaster cartoon. So this is that's what this is all about here, and that's what this paint scheme is here. This one here, I imagine, and this is more trying to match. If you remember, they did have a different version of Brainstorm that was released with the I forget what the line was. It was a Generations line. It was pretty much by itself, but I think it matches more the comic book colors from the IDW. And then this here is supposed to match the original toy colors. Now, I'll get these all transformed, and we'll do a side-by-side comparison, and we'll see exactly what they're trying to do with this guy here. So, without further ado, I'm going to go on ahead and crack this open. Alright, so we've got this here, and let's go on ahead and open this here. I'm going to try to take good care of the packaging by lifting up on these edges here with this. So There we go. And cool. That's not the end of the story, though. I don't usually do like unboxings here. I think that this packaging is really, really nice and neat. So that's there we go. Let me go on ahead and man, this is like, let's see what comes in this box. Now I do have the other Legends, Transformers Legends from Takara Tomy, and I might just do a review of them because I think there's something really relevant here. And this is kind of nice coagulated cardboard box and everything else, and you've got these here. I'm going to go on ahead and clip these. Clip, snip, and snip. Oh, there's one more here. I'll pick up all that mess later. And let's see here. Can I get this pulled out? I guess I'm going to have to take this out. Alright. There. Kind of nice. Alright. Get this gun out, and we'll get the Headmaster. Okay, so that pretty much handles that. I suppose we could keep this if we wanted to with that box to store. I'm not particularly a fan of that. I don't really care about you know, doing that. Anyway, so let's take a look at this guy here, and yeah, this is pretty interesting. So what we have is we have the Headmaster, and I can tell right now that this is a little mistransformed. There we go. It's pretty nice. Yeah, this is a pretty good little paint set here. And we have the Headmaster that it comes with. And yeah, that's pretty good too. And then there's the head on the back, and this is going to be one of our differentiating points here between all of them, is the head sculpt itself. So now I know, because I have 3 other versions of this, that you can pretty much do this, and you can lift up his arms if you feel like, and then you can put them all inside of their little cockpits. Now, in the Japanese Headmasters, they don't have separate names like Arcana or Teslor. I don't, you know, that was more of a Hasbro American thing. So in the Japanese cartoon, these are transdectors, so they're like pilots for their mechs, basically. So that's kind of what we get. So basically, the Headmaster Brainstorm is the smaller version, and then this is just like his armor, as it were. And I kind of like that. That's a little bit more interesting point of view. And I never really got into the whole, you know, how shall I say it? The whole deal where they have, like, you know, I guess alien beings being part of them. Yeah, I could never really reconcile that in my head. Anyway, so not that it's important. You can put this here and mount it just like just like that. There's a peg and a slot, and then it'll look just like it's all of its other counterparts. So there we go. We've got 4 of these things sitting here. So let's take a look and see. I suspect that the Walgreens release here is the one that it's more closely matching, and that's going to be more like the toy release. And let's take a look here, and we can see that even on the wings, the wing detail here, you can tell that this here, that there, matches these on the edges, but they do have a slightly different bit of paint on them, and it is more of a gray color instead of this brown color. And then, yeah, you can see on this one here, there's absolutely no paint on the wings or anything like that. And then on this one here, pretty much the same, except these are black. So let's go on ahead and let's get this transformed. So the easiest, whoa, just got this thing out of package. So I'm going to go on ahead and remove the weapon here. And then what you do is you're gonna pull these out away from the body, and then they're on these hinges here. Oh yeah, you might want to just go on ahead and take out your Headmaster. I'm just gonna set them aside here. and then you can close that back up. The next thing you want to do is, well, you can push that in, I suppose, but really what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to flip that seat down and then close it up. Then you can take this here, flip it over, open up this, and then open up this, and then flip the legs all the way out. Split the legs. Take this, I guess it's an antenna or a fin, flip it in, and then close these up. So you got close here and close there. Then take these, which are the feet, the front parts of the feet, flip them down. There's that. Now, you can also take this off if you so choose. Right here, I'm going to bend this back, and you can see that this wheel will probably go right into there. It won't snap in. It's just a place for it to rest, as you can see. Now this does come off, and it comes off on all of these. So you could use this as a shield for the arm or whatnot, but I'm going to leave this on for the moment. Okay, turn these around, push up, and then you're going to push that straight into there. Same thing here. It'll snap into place. The last thing you want to do is you're going to take this and then slide it down. Don't try to just bend it back. You want to kind of slide it down and then roll it back underneath there. Exposes his hand. Do the same thing on the other side. Alright, and then there is his body all transformed. And we'll take his head. Put the arms down. Flip the knees and the legs over. And by the way, I want to just mention the joints are really tight on this, including the head on here. And then take it and plug it in. And there you go. There is the Autobot Brainstorm Headmaster in his robot mode. You can give him his weapon. And there we go. And he has some elbow articulation. And there's what we got. Okay, so here's what we have. And by the way, I kind of forgot to show the instructions here. Yeah, they kind of look a little classic-like. Let's take a look here. Let's see. Interesting. So yeah, that's kind of what they look like. And these are pretty clear instructions, so I'll definitely give them that. I do like the kind of pseudo, like, hey, this is the way this is the old layout for, you know, things in boxes like that. So, but let's take a look at this guy, shall we? So we've got him here, and he's got a really interesting. He's got this yellow face, and then this face, by the way, I don't know if it's coming through. This is pretty much the face that was the head sculpt that they had for the Transformers Headmasters cartoon or anime, if you will. There's no Autobot symbols here or here. He's got the paint here, and he's got he can hold his weapon. And of course, you can put you can take this off here as well. This is all painted, by the way, except for those gray. It's gray with painted. It's painted green for the most part, and he can put this on his arm like so, or you can, yeah, so like that, I suppose. And then he can hold it up like this. I don't know. I suppose that's it. And I think there's something else you can do with it. This is, I think this comes out here, but and this allows you to put it down here, and then you can seat your Headmaster in this, like a little vehicle for him to run around in. I don't really care for that. I don't care. I'm not going to really do that. So, but there he is right there, and yeah, he's a pretty tight little figure. By the way, these here swivel, the wrist swivel. There's paint here all in this area. This is cast in a kind of a beigeish same color as this stuff here. These are tampoed on, that's tampoed and printed on. Like I said, his face is painted yellow. But no other Autobot symbols outside of the ones that are on his wings up here. These do move as well, so those are that's kind of neat. And it's painted here on this gray part. And he does have a waist swivel, and then this is painted here. So kind of interesting stuff here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back here because I don't really, I think that's the only place I'm going to really keep it. Let's go ahead and bring out our other versions of this figure. First, I'll start with the Comic-Con exclusive, and you can see here that if you look really closely, they put an Autobot symbol right here, a really tiny Autobot symbol. And then this head sculpt is very much like that. What do they call it? Season 4, the Headmasters of the Transformers. Yeah, so no Autobot symbols there. It almost looks like you could have it there. This little spot for it, and that's the same on all these molds. And then this is, I think this is painted. This looks painted to me, and the same kind of things here. This is painted there. A lot of paint on this. It's kind of neat, and you can see the Autobot symbols there. So, and oh yeah, I think that's painted too. This gray here. So, and then you can see the on the shins here, but there's nothing on the wings themselves. And so that is the Comic-Con one. Move this box out of the way. Put it off to the side. And here is the this is the Walgreens version. And go ahead and take this off here, and then we'll put it back here. But again, mostly painted this color, cast in a gray plastic. And you can see right here that he's got the same head sculpt, and this detail here, this is like from the original toy, so you can see that. And you can see that they kind of copied it for this this Walmart exclusive here. It just looks a little just smaller. So instead of it being on the wings there, but it's similar kind of graphic, not exactly the same. You got the two bars and the red area right there, and then you have, this is printed tampoed on kind of a detail here. It's similar to that, okay, but it's not like this. And then let's go to the Takara Tomy release, and you can see right away that this here doesn't have any of the wing printing. But then you do have some other interesting paint detail here. You've got this seat here has got an Autobot symbol right where you would expect it to be. Oh, by the way, I think the Walgreens one had that too. I don't know if I covered that. There it is right there. Okay, so there it is there. It's a little bit smaller. You can see it barely fits the outline of that. So anyway, so I'll put that there. Okay, so we've got the Autobot symbol here, and then there's some orange here, and then this is kind of a yellowish orange, kind of clear plastic, and you got the same thing on these guys here as well, so that's similar, but mostly really blue here, and some paint, some other gray paint here. You've got that, and then as for his legs, you can see they just went like they just put this kind of grid pattern. Now this does match the Headmaster's anime, and one interesting thing about this is that if you look, these heads are these are pretty much the same heads. This one's a little bit more yellow, this one is more orange, so that's interesting. So these are here we go, we've got these two here with very similar head sculpts. And then we have these two here with very similar head sculpts, but yeah, and so if you did not have a chance to pick these up before, I would highly recommend picking up this one. It's a really good, this is the one here. You're not going to get these. Yeah, I highly recommend. Ooh, check that out. I highly recommend it. It's good. The joints are tight, and if you missed out on any of those other releases that I just showed you, yeah, this is a pretty good choice. So, hey, thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to you next time.